Hello, everybody, and welcome to What Do You Say Anime. I'm your host, Peter. Joining me today on our Winter 2021 preview, we have Pat and Jonny from Watch Club. On today's episode, we will be discussing the first half, or our first part of our Winter preview, because there are so many shows we are watching that we have to break it up into 2 episodes. We have so many shows that we're looking forward to. Pat, do you have a show that you're looking forward to the most this season?
Oh, the most? That's really tough. I guess probably ReZero season 2. Or no, Doctor Stone. Doctor Stone.
Dr. Stone. How about you, Jonny?
For me, it's like there's like two that I'm deciding between, which is Attack on Titan and ReZero. But Doctor Stone is definitely third. I just can't decide who's like 1 and 2.
Yeah, there's
I
like,
should say at least from this season 2, or at least this split that we're doing, because there's another show that I'm more excited about that we're talking about on part 2, I'm sure.
yeah, and I'm dubbing this as like the most stacked season of anime ever. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but I think there's just so many powerhouse shows coming out this season that
No, I definitely agree. This is like the most like in terms of like mainstream like popular shows. This is the most we've ever had
Yeah,
in one season.
I don't think it's the most shows I've watched in a single season, but it's definitely the most sequels, and even including shows that I'm not watching. Like I think out of the 9 shows that I'm planning on watching this winter, 8 of them are sequels.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
like that's just how it is. It's crazy. It's a good sign for anime though that things are getting sequels. So
For sure.
That's exciting for us rather than fall 2018. I think I watched like 8 or 9 shows and they were all their own shows though, so it's very different, and it's nice though. I like it myself.
Yes,
like
and before we jump into this, just a heads up for anybody that's listening, this will be filled with spoilers. When we're talking about sequels, we will be talking about the first season. So, if you're looking for a specific show, in the descriptions below, there will be timestamps on the specific show that you can be looking for. On today's episode, we will be talking about Attack on Titan, the final season, in quotation marks.
Whoa.
The Promised Neverland Season 2. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2 Part 1, Dr. Stone The Stone Wars, ReZero Season 2 Part 2, the Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2, Horimiya 2.43, and I think it's called Skate or like SK8 Infinity. I'm not entirely sure, but the skateboarding show. So without further ado, let's jump into probably the most hype show of, even though it's starting now, that's listed as Winter 21 as well, and that is Attack on Titan, the final season. So I'm going to pass it over to Jonny, because he is our Attack on Titan resident expert. And Jonny, tell me what you're looking forward to in this new season. Maybe give me something that you liked about episode 1 that came out yesterday, and just your overall thoughts on it.
Well, I wouldn't call myself like the expert. Mostly, I'm just the only guy here that actually likes the show. But
I should have said that.
I'm not the expert. I haven't even read the manga, so like, don't expect me to like know what's gonna happen in the show or anything. But yeah, this is like I said before, probably my first like one of the shows I am the most excited for. I have ever been for a show, because season 3 part 2, that was. It's like if your favorite episode from an anime was the entire show, like 10 episodes straight of pure like insanity. That's how good it was. So I am extremely hyped for Attack on Titan season 4. And from what I've seen from the first episode, like I do have some issues with the CGI, but it's passable. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just me personally CGI, but
yeah, what
hey,
could go wrong? Like delayed episodes, freaking new studio compared to the last season that you were praising so much. What could possibly go wrong with final season 2, like of the final season? Nothing could ever go wrong.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was a bit nervous when I heard all that stuff about like all the delays, all like the changes and all that stuff. Like, well, like I'm optimistic. I have a feeling they wouldn't release this unless they were sure it was gonna be a great product. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what it goes.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure they wouldn't release it? I think one of the biggest names in anime would probably release. I mean, maybe not. It is Mappa, so we do.
4 years, like they waited like what? 4 years for season 2?
That wasn't a choice back then, though. That's the thing. That was more of a how things worked back when Attack on Titan season 1 came out. But either way, I don't have much to say because I haven't watched the catch-up movie yet. But I dropped Attack on Titan twice when I first started trying to watch it. But since that there is a way back in, and I have heard nothing but good things about season 3 part 2, I want to get in just to enjoy the hype train, you know, like because everyone is getting really excited, and it is cool to see how excited collectively the anime
both
community is
Mao
for it.
and Crunchyroll crashed yesterday, right?
Mal,
Crunchyroll for sure crashed.
Yeah, no,
Funimation crashed,
Mao
too.
was laggy as hell. So yeah, like from everyone spamming 10 reviews.
Yeah.
Even though the show's only had 1 episode.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't be our podcast unless I got a shot in at Attack on Titan. And so this is where I'm going to take my shot. You remember in high school when like you wore like Hollister, Abercrombie and Finch, you wore all these like crazy like clothes to fit in and be cool, and then now you're looking back at, I mean, maybe not Johnny, but me and Pat.
I didn't wear
You never went through that? Okay.
I
know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know those kids that were...
People did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. That's Attack on Titan. I think people are going to look back like 10 years from now and be like, you know what? It really wasn't that cool. That's just what I think.
Here's my counter argument to that. How many years has a Full Metal Alchemist been out for?
It came out it started in 2009 and ended in 2010. So 10 years.
So are people looking back and saying it was a bad show?
No, if anything, they're saying it's like one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be the case with Attack on Titan Season 4. I believe if it lives up to the hype and does what people want, it can become one of the best shows of all time.
Here's my counter argument. Have you ever really heard anybody say that like Full Metal Alchemist isn't like good? Maybe some people say it's not amazing, but have you ever heard anyone say it's like bad?
Well, see, I don't go onto this toxic dumpster fire of a website called Twitter.
Or our Discord.
Yeah, Discord's pretty toxic.
See, like on Discord, like, you know, it's quite biased considering, you know.
For sure. But okay.
Considering we're all adults in our Discord.
Okay,
know, so
but realistically speaking, have you ever heard anyone say Full Metal Alchemist is bad?
No. Nope.
No.
Have you heard somebody say Attack on Titan is bad?
Yes.
That's
and I
all.
think they're wrong, but
I'm gonna leave it there.
But here's the thing. Here's what I believe. The people who are still talking about Full Metal Alchemist today are still talking about it because they love the show. It came out a long time ago.
Yes.
And Attack on Titan is coming out now, so obviously there's gonna be people who are talking about it, even though they hate the show.
And that's why we're previewing it, because it's topical.
Oh my
Clickbait, baby. Clickbait.
Gotta
All the
get
Attack
it.
on Titan fans that are too ignorant to realize that another show crashed the site and stuff, or get
Oh
get all
yeah,
those clicks.
yeah. Don't forget ReZero Season 2
the other
also
show that
crashed
crashed the site is
Crunchyroll.
also one of my favorites, so
Yes.
I'm not mad.
Yeah. That was a nice Twitter moment. But yeah, so I'm happy for my Attack on Titan fans. Enjoy what you like. I'm just saying
it's good for anime too.
It's great for
to have
anime.
a show-
Great
to have a
for
show that
anime.
doesn't stop you. Yep.
Just branch out a little bit, and it's okay to criticize shows you like. I'll just put it that way.
Watch a romance, bro.
Hey, I had issues with Violet Evergarden, and it's my favorite anime of all time. So like, it's cool. Don't worry about it. But you know what? Attack on Titan. We're glad you're here. The scene is more livelier than ever. People are talking about it. People are talking anime. So we're just having a good time. But I'm still gonna trash on it. But a show I'm not going to trash on is season 2 of The Promised Neverland. This was a top 5 show for me in 2019. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I love the dynamic of the horror dynamic of not actually like killing people, just like the psychological thriller that it is. And season 2 is setting up to be, I think, a completely different show. I'm really intrigued to see what happens. I know some manga spoilers, but I don't. Yeah, only some. But I jokingly say I can't wait to see Emma strapped up with an AK-47, and I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, The Promised Neverland will probably be the greatest show of all time. So, Pat, what are your thoughts on The Promised Neverland season 2?
Yeah. So season 1 was incredible. I really enjoyed it as well. Probably was in my top 5 for 2019 as well. I guess I do know a spoiler as well, but it's from manga. But I'm curious to see how.
Uh-oh. I think we lost Pat.
Did we? I'm here.
Yeah, now I can hear you. We lost you for a second.
Really?
Yep, you're good.
That's weird. well, anyways, as I was saying, I'm excited for season 2. Really like the first one. Um, Not sure what's gonna happen. I don't know where they go from here, and they did, like you said, they lost like that first season feel where they were able to like be psychological and be like, oh, I wonder what's out there. I wonder what's this, or in the first place, I wonder why these kids are on the farm. Like that first episode really like hooked you immediately. So I'm curious to see what season 2 is going to be all about. In general, I'm just so excited to. Yeah, I just want to know. I want to know like, oh, how did they get away with these farms? Why are they like? What's on the other side of that cliff, or the not cliff, the valley that they went over, or
Yeah,
ravine, whatever.
the
Yeah, like
giant wall they climbed and then like cross over some like
right.
endless abyss of a ravine or something. It's nuts.
Yeah, like I want to see. Oh, that guy that was sending them coded messages in a book that no one would ever find in a real show, but you know what, or in a real life, but let's make it work because it's a show. Like
Yep.
all those kinds of things. Like I want to see what happens. I'm very curious. So I'm excited for this every week. Like I remember when I first started watching the show, I wasn't that into it, but then come episodes like 5 or 6, I was like on the spot, like day of, trying to watch it, stream it, simulcast it, whatever you want to say. So I can't wait for the next season. I'll be doing that the
For
whole time.
sure. And Johnny, did you watch season 1 of Promised Neverland?
I did actually, and I wasn't watching it seasonally because at the time I was watching some other stuff. But like I did, one day I was like, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this show. Let's pick it up and watch it. And yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I like the show a lot. I would say it was one of my favorites from last year as well, and I can't wait to see what they do for the second season. Like, I think the world building is gonna be very interesting in season 2 as they actually escape the farm and see what the world's like now. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a very unique because we don't know, are they like on Earth? Are they like, I don't know. There's so many questions that we have to develop during season 2, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm confused. They don't have a studio listed on Mal, which is weird for their second season.
Well, I don't know who did
Uh,
the first season off the top of my head.
let me look just
Is it
real
like
quick.
TMS Entertainment or something like that? But it wouldn't surprise me if it's just not listed, but it is
Right,
the same studio.
Cloverworks.
Cloverworks.
The
Okay.
first season, which I would imagine they do the second season too. It's just I'm surprised that's not listed on Mal. Again, we're not doing this that early. We're only like what, like 2-3 weeks before the season starts. I don't feel like
Yeah,
we're
but
that early. Like, you'd
yeah,
think it'd be updated by now.
first week of January we start getting shows, so
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's Cloverworks. I'm almost certain it is Cloverworks. I just
it
don't.
has
Maybe
to
Mal
be.
just did an update, but yeah. So season 2, Promised Neverland, probably. I mean, the first season was like a runner-up for Anime of the Year. I wouldn't surprise me if season 2 is just as good. So we'll see. Also, speaking of world building, one of the best world building I've seen in anime is getting its second season, and that's that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh,
Gotcha.
What were you
you
what
caught
were
me.
you expecting?
I was thinking Dr. Stone.
Doctor
I
Stone
was
also
very-
has great world building, but I think the one
So
thing
that's
that the one thing that
Oh.
I really gravitated towards with slime was its world building, especially after like the first arc. It's more of like a slice of life building a community type of show, and it definitely had some elements. I know a lot of people are jacked about this. This is not like the biggest isekai that I'm excited for me for winter, which will be Log Horizon, which we'll talk about in part 2. So if you want to hear me gush about Log Horizon for about 75 hours, that's on the next episode. But Slime, I enjoyed it. The characters are fun. I don't think it's as good as other people say it is, but I am really looking forward to it just because of I mean, I just don't know what to expect now because before everything was building up this community, and now that they have it, what's next? So, Pat, do you have any takes on Slime?
I was gonna say, yeah, you kind of stole one of mine, which is that it's not as good as people say it is. I think I had no interest in it when I started to tried to watch it when it first came out, and I can't believe how popular it is, like genuinely. And it's funny because like I remember when I went to Anime Boston in 2019, it was there's a big slime tower, and they had me like take a photo with the little slime guy. And it's one of the few photos I have from that convention that I went to, and it was fun. But at the same time, I was just sitting there like, I don't care about this show. Why am
Sure.
I doing this? And I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised it got a second season because of how popular it was. But yeah, like I wonder if it's gonna go down the route that uh trying to pick up girls in a dungeon did, where it takes a lot more serious
Oh
tone
God, I hope that's not the
and
case.
That's my prediction, is that it's going to get a little too serious. And
No.
people are going to be like, because well, to be fair, the first season, from what I understand, at least, again, I didn't watch all of it. The first season had its like serious moments, but like they were good.
Yeah.
Unlike
It's
with
like
whatever that show is,
But like
Dungeon show.
the main character's so overpowered, just like almost no stakes. It's like he's not
Right.
gonna lose
Yeah.
a fight.
Well, that's why it's like I don't. That's why I didn't care.
That's
about
why I
that
hope
show.
it's not Danmachi or Girls in the Dungeon, unless somehow Rimuru loses his powers for a little bit. Then I can see it going down that route, which I can also see happening in an isekai, because anything is possible in an isekai. So, yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know. It's good for people to enjoy it, but I have no interest whatsoever.
Johnny, you have thoughts on Slime?
Yeah. So Slime was actually one of the first anime I watched when I started getting into anime, because it was one of the seasonals around like I think 2018. That's
It
when
was
I started getting
2018,
into it.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was like back then. I thought back then I.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Johnny?
Yeah, I'd see. We just lost Johnny now. Damn.
Okay. Well, hopefully
We're
Johnny...
all having internet issues this week.
Hopefully Johnny reconnects, but I know when I was looking at like the charts on like light novel sales that... light novel and manga sales for...
I thought it was like one of...
Uh-oh, Johnny's cutting in now, but it was like one of... It was in the top 10. I think it was number 1 in 2020 for light novel sales. So this thing sells like hotcakes. Like,
Yeah.
And I know
it's very popular. It is very popular.
Yeah, and I know like Crunchyroll is kind of behind it, not as much as like Shield Hero, where Shield Hero was like immediately said that they got season 2 and season 3. But it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Slime got like a season 3 as well. Johnny, you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Sorry.
That's fine. Go ahead. You said like it was like your first anime that you started watching, and then you cut out.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, it was one of the first anime I started watching when I was getting into anime, and like back then, like you didn't really have much to judge a show on because you can't really compare it to other shows. But I thought it was fun. It's just, I think over time I've realized more and more that it wasn't that special, but at the time I thought it was really good. But like I'm so excited about season 2. I'm excited to see what they do with the world and the characters, because I think like they're pretty fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like I don't want to like hate on the show, because like I do think like Rimuru is a really good character. I think he's a very good main character for the show that he's in. There's just, I think like the points that they elemented in season 1 with like who's that pink haired girl? Not the devil girl, who's like a demon. What's her name? Like
Lolly?
The lolly girl. Like I think they
Milium?
yeah, they like emphasize her, and I really didn't enjoy her as a character.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of took away from it. But like his whole like team, I really like. I like Gabu, like the orc dude who's like kind of weak, but is always like a really good boy and does everything that's like needed for the community. I really like his character, so I think it's like a really like solid like 7 or 8 out of 10 type of show. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing like what they can continue doing, because we're getting more content, which means we can do so much more with this story.
I just think it's a fun show, so yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's to me, it's just not like groundbreaking where I think a lot of people think it is, based off like what I see on like Twitter and like how many people, like how many members it has and stuff like that. But it's an enjoyable show.
To me, it's like a show that you watch because it's fun, not because like you're like engrossed in the world or something. It's just you're there for like a good time.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of why I hate on Danmachi so much, because the show is called like, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? And I expect it to be like this fun show, and it's not. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, I'm expecting it to be like this goofy adventure.
Yep.
Serious stuff can happen, sure, but like for the most part, I want it to be like this fun whatever type of show with the main character being a slime, and that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I'm hoping for. And if we can continue to get another, like if I get another season just like season 1 and it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10, that's perfectly fine with me. Not every show needs to be a 10 out of 10. And in case people didn't know, it's getting broken up like ReZero is, where we're getting part 1 this seasonal. Next season we're getting a side story, and then the following season we're getting part 2. So we're getting 9 months of Slime in 2021. So
they are just making this show more and more confusing, aren't they?
I want to know like the justified reason why they break up a show like this. To me, it's not like the content is there. Like the light novels are there, they have it. So like, why not do like Part 1, Part 2 are just like a 25 episode season.
It's just the animation studio has like other stuff that they need to do. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. It's Cloverworks. This is probably their biggest job, which is why I'm like surprised that it's like not their #1 priority.
Well, other than the Promised Neverland season 2.
Oh, sorry, this isn't Cloverworks. I'm stuck on Promised Neverland. Is it A1? It might be A1. Let me look it up.
It's A1.
If it's A1, they're working on like what 20 shows.
Okay, because if it's A1, that's different. It's 8-bit.
Which has only done Infinite
Story. Yeah, this is by far their biggest project.
This is easily their biggest show. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, their next biggest show is Infinite Stratus, followed by The Fruits of Grisai. So.
Yeah,
just give their staff a break or something. I don't know.
Yeah, are they working on another like visual novel harem that they have to do? I don't know, but to me, I feel like this is like this. It should be the #1 priority. I'm sure there's like a reason why they do it. I just don't know it, and I would like to know it.
That's fair.
All right, next up, I'm really excited for this because I thought the second arc of this show was amazing, and that's gonna be Dr. Stone: The Stone Wars.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping up the preparations for the Stone War, and we're actually going to be like getting into the action. I don't think anybody here has read the manga, but so yeah,
nope, I have not.
Yeah, the end of season 1, we have Senku and his village. All essentially winter is ending, and they're gonna be essentially doing battle with Tsukasa, I believe is I'll put it in villain depending on how you look at him, but for the most part, he's a villain. Yeah, antagonist. Yes, he is the antagonist. Yeah, I thought the second arc of Dr. Stone was a 10 out of 10. I think this show could be so good. I'm really looking forward to it. Pat, how about your thoughts on Dr. Stone and especially the Stone Wars coming up?
Oh, I'm so excited. I really loved that second arc. Like that, it was so creative. I don't care how unrealistic it was. It was so creative to have that the record player be the recording or whatever that that his father made for him inside of the
inside his grave.
Inside his grave. Yep. That was so clever. I could not believe it when that happened. I am very excited to see again just where the story continues because we know Senku's not going to lose. We know he's not going to die. We know most likely his friends aren't going to die either because that's not the kind of show it is.
I think that somebody's going to die. Like
I feel like there are stakes. I feel like some people might die.
I don't think Senku will die, but like if Chrome died, I could see Chrome dying.
Maybe I don't see.
I don't think he's gonna die. He's like the only other person that knows how to do science. They wouldn't kill him off.
So for me, the goofiness of the show is taken to like. My hand is blurred out because I have this focus.
We can kind of see it, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Like it's the goofiness of the show is at like a 10, even in like the fight scenes and stuff. I feel like like whenever they do the little like chibi things or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think
that's great.
I love it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad that it doesn't have stakes. It does have stakes too, even then. But like the stakes aren't as high as like let's say like a show like Promised Neverland where one of the main characters is dead, gone, whatever.
In quotation marks.
In quotation marks. Well, that's the spoiler I learned, unfortunately. But
it's shown it. It's fine. No one ever really dies.
Exactly. No one ever really dies. That's my point, though. So that's why. But I still cannot wait to see more of the science inventions they come up with, how the Stone Wars are fought. Like I can't wait to see more of what's her name, the girl.
Kohaku.
Which
one? Which one?
The one that they call a gorilla.
No, she's
Kohaku's the gorilla girl.
No, Yuzuriha and Taiju or
Taiju. Oh yeah, those two. Yeah, those two that got like 4 episodes of screen time and then never
but that's
showed up
the thing.
Again.
They never showed up again, but the manga readers were like, "Sorry, they'll be back for the Stone Wars," and then now here we are for the Stone Wars, which would be fun. Quick note: this is done by TMS, which is a pretty big studio. Other big names like that they've done recently: Rental Girlfriend, Relife, D. Gray Man. Johnny's favorite show, Takagi-san.
Great show.
No, it's not.
Fruits Basket the new Fruits Basket, new Megalobox. A lot of good shows. So this is a good studio. And they did the first Stone Wars as well, or Dr. Stone as well. So I'm excited to see them come back and do this again.
Johnny, how about your thoughts on Dr. Stone?
Yeah, so this was my show of 2019. Like this was amazing show for me. Like I thought like the science parts were so cool. How like every part of it fit like together. It's like he makes one invention in one episode, and then in a later episode he uses the invention before to like just but like for a different purpose. And I
Yep.
just love how they go back and like keep using those things like the little details you see are like really impressive. It's like I'm pretty sure all the science stuff they tell you is real in the show.
It's
Like all the
real, but like
formulas.
exaggerated.
Yeah, it's like they wouldn't be able to do it, but it's
Yeah.
like it's possible.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
like
real science. Though.
they
It's
walk
like,
4 miles and find phosphorus. It's like is phosphorus technically there? Sure, but like of course
it's a
it's so
stretch,
convenient.
but at least it makes scientific sense.
Yeah,
we have
it's-
we have a chemist on the podcast. I think he would agree.
Yeah, but I think that's like the point of the show though. Like it's supposed to be like this fun, quirky, goofy show with science, and like obviously
Yeah.
it takes itself. It's weird because it does take itself serious in like the science realm, but it's like it's extremely exaggerated. It's like the same thing with like
very much.
sports anime when the dude does like I don't know if you ever
When he
seen
gets a set.
you ever
Yeah.
seen the Crocodile Basket where the dude's power is he can like literally hit every shot he takes? It's like that. It's like, is it technically possible you can make every shot you make? Yes, but the odds are that's never going to happen. And that's
Like,
what Doctor
is it
Stone.
possible that Senku kept track of every second while he was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like-
counted
like-
for 3,700 million years, whatever. Yeah, no, that's not.
But it's like that's the point of the show. The point of the
possible, but like
you're supposed to have fun while enjoying like what they're throwing at
Yeah.
you, and it's one of the elements that I love about Doctor Stone. It's very unique. Like not
Yeah.
many shows are similar to this. I'm a
yeah,
big
no. There's almost no shows like Doctor Stone.
yeah. It's
Like, from
That
what I've
twist,
seen.
the twist with the like how his father was on the space station and then them surviving. That was and that like that's how other humans are alive. That was so cool.
So
and the other
good.
thing is, well, I didn't see it coming at all, and I was like, this is awesome. The other thing is, we have no idea where the other humans came from or how in the first place they got frozen, everyone got turned to stone.
Yep.
That is, I don't even know if we're gonna get that answer this season, but that still is like a huge question that I don't know if that's even been answered in the manga yet or not. But I want to know. Like,
Honestly, I don't even care if they don't tell me. Like, this is so
Yeah.
fun. Like the
well,
show
if it's a
that they
bad answer,
created.
it's gonna suck. But like, I don't know how they come up with a good
I'd
answer.
rather just
you
have
know?
it be like they never answer it than have it be a shitty answer. Honestly.
I don't know if they didn't address it. that
Yeah,
would be a
if this
big
was
plus.
Trigger, I could answer the question for you. The answer is aliens, but
Aliens.
since this is not Trigger, the mystery is
What
up,
if
up in
it
the
was
air.
just Senku because he wanted to have fun? Like, that would
Oh,
be.
well, that would be something, especially
Yeah.
to act surprised and pretend you didn't know
Yeah.
it was coming. But there we go.
But
the entire time.
the only things I'm thinking after the Stone Wars, I was like, what are the odds that this gets another season? Because
I hope it does.
it's
I
like
don't know.
it's like top
Wait, so
10
is it
in
gonna be
manga
24?
sales.
Is it gonna be 24
It's 12.
episodes?
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
12.
That's so sad.
I can double check real quick, but I'm almost certain the Stone Wars is just 12 episodes.
It hasn't been listed yet on.
Okay, it hasn't been listed. I have a feeling that this is because they broke it up last season into 2 arcs, 12 episodes apiece, essentially. And so this is literally just the Stone Wars. So I'm assuming the Stone Wars is just one arc and it's 12 episodes, which would probably be enough to cover an arc, is my guess.
Yeah, we have no
Yeah,
idea.
but like, what happened to like the 24 episodes? Like,
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I wish it was 24 episodes,
I
but
do
hey,
too.
we get what we get. So.
But like, it's like top 10 in manga sales. I think it's somewhere in like the 8-9 range. So like, it sells pretty well. Shonen Jump is coming out with a lot of new projects in 2021 and then into early 2022 as well. So I don't know if they're going to push this for another season. I'd be intrigued to see how well, I guess, it's perceived, and then maybe we'll get a better understanding if it's getting another season. I'm like 50-50 because like, was it Love is War got a 3rd season, so like
that was one of the biggest shows. Like,
I mean, Doctor Stone is a massive
It's
like.
a huge show, and
Yeah.
Crunchyroll pushed the fuck out of the first season.
I mean,
of
we
it,
can just
too.
let's just
Remember?
base
Yeah,
off
like-
Mal numbers. Doctor Stone has 805,000 members, and Love is War is about 800,000. So I guess my guess is if it's well received, it'll probably get another season.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
make
I-
sense. It would make sense.
And
I
the
think.
manga's
mean,
still ongoing. They're still making content.
I
it
was
wouldn't
gonna
make
say
sense.
exactly.
It wouldn't make sense
More
to not
manga.
have another season. Unless this season flops, which I hope it doesn't.
It's just I think it just depends on what Shonen Jump wants to do because because Act Age got axed, so that was getting an anime, now it's gone. But we're getting Spy Family, we're getting Chainsaw Man, we're getting Tokyo Revengers isn't Shonen Jump, but like we're getting these other Shonen Jump adaptations into anime. So it's like, do they want to push for new content and have their manga sales go up based on that? Because we saw when Jujutsu Kaisen got an anime, guess what? The only thing that's beating it right now in manga sales is Demon Slayer. Like, it's outselling My Hero.
That's on its own.
That's on another pedestal. If you don't know manga sales, for 2020, Demon Slayer sold like 70 million copies, and second place was like 8 million, and that was Kingdom. So like it's day and night compared to like the manga sales. So
it's evolved beyond even just like being a mainstream anime manga. It's become like a mainstream thing.
It's the new Dragon Ball. That's what it is. It's like even people who don't watch anime, there's a really good chance they watch Demon Slayer because it's on Toonami and stuff like that. So
even though, like, the series is over.
Yeah, it's insane.
And the manga's still selling that way. It's crazy.
I saw something. It was in Japan. It was a like a questionnaire for children. It was like the top 10 people that they trust, whether they were fictional or not. 8 out of 10 of them were Demon Slayer characters. Mom was number 2. Tanjiro was the number 1 person that kids trust in Japan.
I mean, like it makes sense. Like, he's a great guy, you know?
Yeah, no, but over your mom? I put my mom number 1 all day.
I mean, like, kids, they don't understand the value of
I'd still put my mom. Shouts to Mom. Love you, Mom. All right, enough about
we're getting pretty sidetracked.
Enough about mom talk. But you know, what's the like the same thing with moms in the next show? They do with females, and that's the Quintessential Quintuplets. And before we get into our giant waifu war, shout out to Miles and his girl Nino. That's his best girl. Whether we agree with it or not, have to give the shout out to Miles for his girl. Before we jump in, Pat and Johnny, who are your best girls in Quints?
I'm a source only, so for me, or not source only, an anime only. So my answer, which I think is clear as day to anybody, is Miku, and I don't think it will ever change for me.
Okay.
I've been told that it's because I'm an anime only, and because like she gets the most time in the anime. But I think her interest in Japanese history alone is enough to make me like, there you go, like that's. Dang, okay, she's the best. So I don't know. I think it's so clear as day, but I know other people disagree.
Johnny, your best girl?
Didn't I say it? It was Miku.
Well, you might have.
It is. Look at you. Okay. There we go.
Of course it is.
This is a Miku cast.
This is gonna be really weird because this might be the first time in our podcast history where everybody on the podcast agrees because Miku is best girl for sure. Anime only.
But are we all anime only though? That's the
as of right now, yes. There's a really good chance I finish the manga after season 2 because I'm more than likely guessing it's not getting a 3rd season since the manga is finished. The only reason why I say Ichika is number 2 is because the main character got in between her thighs, and that was a great episode where she's like, "Don't take comfort in my thighs," and I got a great laugh out of that one.
That was funny.
Yeah. So I mean, basing off season 1 of Quintessential Quintuplets, I don't know, just harem stuff, and they do comedy things. Harem's not really
funny.
Yeah, harem's not really my biggest genre, but I loved Quints. Quints was so much fun. It's really well animated. The girls are really fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm guessing it's gonna be like We Never Learned season 2, where I'm gonna have fun, and then episode 12 is going to probably piss me off, and
don't remind me of that. Oh,
I wonder if we're gonna get an anime only ending, because this is just my prediction. You can obviously disagree. I think it's gonna end at this season. I don't think we're getting a 3rd season. I think we're probably gonna get an anime only ending, and it's gonna be like hinted that one of the girls wins, but like none of the girls win type of thing. So I guess Pat, what are your thoughts on it?
Just like with Bokuben, I agree. It's the same. I was gonna make the comparison to Bokuben as well, because I was just gonna be like, oh well, it's just it's funny. It's a slightly funnier We Never Learn with just more waifus, like that's or different waifus, I guess.
Better waifus.
Better. Yeah,
I think they're better waifus.
I think they're all better too. You're right. Well, Miku's better than all of the ones from
of
both
course,
them.
of
So
course.
there you go. So there you go. That's it. That's all you gotta say. I don't know. It's a weird show for me because like I'm excited to watch season 2, but like you said, there's no way this gets a third season. The manga's done. It's not even that popular. I was kind of surprised it got a season 2 in the first place, to be honest. Because I think season 2 came out or was announced after the final volume of the manga came out. So
Yeah, I think it was around that time.
around the
Yeah.
same time. It was around the same time, which it does not usually happen. Of course, things are changing, but I still think that that's funny. I liked Futuro though a lot. The main guy's hilarious.
Futuro-kun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. The studio is Byberry Animation Studios. And they did no, they didn't. They didn't do the first season of.
Oh, this is their new studio?
Why the trailer looked so different from the first show?
So this is so this is a new studio. It's done 5 shows. They've done Persea,
You
Phantom
sure?
Trigger, Azure Lane. This is what Mal is saying. Second season of Quince is under the same studio that did the Azure Lane anime.
Wow. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Wow.
I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this. I'm just going off of Mal, which again, most of the time Mal is correct. We can usually rely on them to be updated, especially about a show that's as popular as this one, which again, it's like it kind of paved the way for We Never Learned to come out, didn't it? Like I feel like it came first, and then We Never Learned came and did really well. I wonder if it would have done as well without this show coming first. You know, it's just another harem though. It's not really like anything
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's not super special or anything. You know, it's not like an Origairu where it's like a genre defining show.
For
you know?
sure, yeah.
It's like you're there to watch the waifus and just laugh, you know.
It's a harem. Like,
yeah.
How many harems you go in there and be like, I need a 10 out of 10 right now? Like, nobody ever watches harems for the. We watch it for the plot. Let's be real, boys. We all need to play around here. We watch it for the plot.
I watch it because it's funny. I don't watch it for the.
Watch it because it's funny.
Waifus.
Like
they're not even that.
Like
hot.
or like I know we're talking about Quince here, but like We Never Learned that shit was so. Like I know you got like Pat. I know you said you think Quince was funnier, but I think We Never Learned was funnier.
Really?
It was close.
We Never Learned was just more absurd to me.
Yeah,
so it was
close.
Too out there. It was too out there.
Because I give
it was so absurd, and the characters were self-aware about it. It's like, are you serious? This is actually happening now. Like, what is wrong with my life? I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. Because I give like We Never Learned a 7 and this an 8, so it's like they're pretty similar in terms of like quality.
Both 7s. Both 7s for me.
Well, I think like the only other harem that I gave over an 8 is High School DxD, and then technically the Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches anime is a harem. It says it's listed, but I know the manga is way more than a harem, but the anime says it's a harem, so like I really don't rate harems high at all. Like even like something like Nisekoi is like a 5 and a 6.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I give Nisekoi a 7 and I think a 6 though for the second season because literally nothing changed or happened or moved on.
Well, it's just the harem genre in general. Just like I don't expect much. They never really like blow me away.
Bro.
School Days? Oh yeah. Oh sorry, I gave that one a 10. Whoops. How could that one slip by? Like, nice boat, bro. Like how could I forget about that?
Kiss X Sis too. How are we forgetting about these shows? Yeah.
We don't.
Don't forget the show that had such a bad ending. Somebody went out of their way to find the author and try to assault him on the street.
Which one is that?
Yeah, I did not know.
Boruto?
No, Horimiya.
Oh, I think you said Boruto. I was like, Boruto's a harem?
Boruto. Yeah. No, Horimiya, the one about the little sister.
Oh god, yeah. We don't.
Someone was so mad about the show that like they went out of their way to like find the author on the streets and try to beat him up.
Yeah, we don't speak about that. Yeah. So
none of these touched Orisuke though. That's the other one.
Orisuke was so good.
Orisuke was that one was actually really good.
I guess for
probably the best harem.
It was really good, especially the end movie that we got at the end. Oh, that was so fun.
We're getting sidetracked though. Sorry about that.
No, I'm just thinking like, what are we expecting from season 2? Because I'm just expecting kind of the same thing from season 1 with a anime only ending.
It's a harem. I don't think it can change that much.
Yeah, it can because the manga gave a very clear winner at the end of the day, and also the
Well,
end
no,
of the
I'm
first
saying like
season.
the things that go on, not like in terms of
Oh,
how it's
okay.
gonna end.
Yeah, well, I think that I would love an anime only ending because I didn't like who won in
Same.
the manga. I thought it made the least sense out of all 5 of them. Uh, Again, maybe it's because I'm an anime only, but that was my perspective on it when I
Yeah.
heard the spoiler for the ending
Yeah.
of it. But I don't know. I would love an anime only ending because that would be different. And I don't know. They showed at the end of the first season they clearly didn't think they were getting a season 2 because they showed him getting married at the end of the first season.
Oh
They
yeah.
We
didn't
don't
reveal
know.
who it
We don't
was.
know who.
No,
So like,
no, of course not. But like, why would they show that scene if they thought the second season was coming? I don't know. That to me was just like so surprised. Why I was so surprised when season 2 was announced because it was just like, oh, haha, they're leaving it open ended. We're never gonna know who
Yep.
he married unless we read the manga. There you go. And then yeah,
Gotcha.
and then there you go. Yeah, like, ha, got him. But this case, I don't know. I would love anime only
Speaking
ending.
of which, Quince was the number 4 manga sale of 2020, which is sorry, it was number 6, which is still crazy that a show like this that sold
Yeah,
so high.
not common.
Like
at
it was
all,
like
man.
1,000,000 copies behind My Hero Academia. Like that, just for reference, how well Quid sold. It's pretty nuts.
Mhm.
Read Berserk, by the way. Any other thoughts before we
Read
move on to the
Domestic
next?
Girlfriend.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we move on to the next show? All
I
right.
will not read Domestic Girlfriend.
All
You
right. That's
should.
fine.
That's the best harem. Sorry, I should have said that. That's the best harem show of the past decade. Um, moving
Agree to
on.
disagree. Okay, so now we got through our sequels. So now we're getting into like some of our new anime that not
Still have
anime
a few
originals,
sequels,
but
We
though.
still have one sequel. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
we
we
got.
still have one sequel.
do we?
You're missing a very important
Oh,
one.
well,
Yeah, Johnny's
well,
favorite. Yeah.
guess who forgot to make a picture for it? Me. So I guess we'll talk about it right now. Thank you for bringing it up, Johnny. I know it says quits on the screen if you're watching it visually, but we're going to be talking about ReZero Season 2 Part 2.
Oh my god, you forgot.
Yeah, that's mine. I even wrote it down on paper and I forgot to get an image.
Yeah.
Sorry if you made it this far into the episode and you're watching it on YouTube. There's no picture for it, but we are talking about ReZero. So we got Subaru. We got... I don't know. I'm gonna pass it to Johnny since he likes the show way more than I do. And Johnny,
Yeah,
just give me
yeah.
your thoughts on like maybe how part 1 ended and what you're looking forward to the season 2. And that way I can put a picture up.
So going back, you said Subaru and one character. Yeah, I don't know what character you're talking about. I think she has like blue hair or something. But I
Yeah,
don't
Who?
remember her name.
Who?
Yeah. I don't know. She had like 5 minutes of screen time, so she might as well not exist. But moving on from that, yeah. So I think like a lot of the things that people said about the first season was that like the world was interesting, but it didn't do anything with that. Now they've like delved so much into the world building about like all the witches and like the stuff they've done, and it's just I know a lot of people like really loved Echidna. Like I know Pat, like you said,
I liked her a lot. She was
yeah.
fun. She was really fun.
I honestly I think the best character reveal was Satella because like
Which one's that?
the
One of the
witch
witches.
the Witch of Envy.
Yes, that's a
Like the
cool
quote
one.
unquote like the main villain. Like I think the reveal for that they did was amazing. Like
Mhm.
I know, and also I know a lot of people like to bitch about like Subaru being a whiny like little cunt, but like I
Yeah.
think that's a part of. I think like that's to be expected with ReZero, and I think like the voice acting they did was amazing. Like the guy's vocal cords must be like I don't know how he does it. He must drink like seven cups of tea a day or something to keep his voice intact. But like yeah.
Or bodily fluids. Haha. Yeah.
Ah
Kidney
yeah.
there. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I can't stand Subaru's constant wailing, but other than that, I really like the show. I think it's interesting. I think it's very compelling to see where it's going, and I love the shows that have to do with biblical themes or have those, so like we have the 7 witches of the 7 mortal sins. I am so excited to see more of Minerva. Was her name right? The Witch of Wrath, I think. Was that what
Minerva.
she was? Minerva, which I think that was her. Either way, I'm excited to see more of the witches because we got hints of them at the end of the last season. There was a really good episode where Subaru went like talked to his parents, or in his head at least talked to his parents and saw what they might think to say to him today or whatever. That
Oh,
was really well
amazing
done.
episode.
That was really
that
well
was
done.
great.
Again, I think there's a lot of analysis you can do about whether that was what he would want them to say or whether that's what they would say or not. Up in the air.
Why
But
not
again, that's what's
both?
cool about it. Why not both? Well, maybe both. Maybe it's different though. Maybe he hopes that that's what they would say, even though it's not, because it's supposed to be based off his memories. Again, I'm just curious to see what happens next. I love what's his name, Roswald, I think his name is.
Yep.
Yeah, Roswell.
I like his character a lot. He's flawed, but he's morally gray, which this show does pretty damn well. Does morally gray characters like Echidna as well. Awesome character, so good. I love it. I love this. I love the characters in this show, and I can't wait to see more of them. Except for Subaru, he can piss off.
It's funny you say that because I think what season 2 part 1 did different than season 1, where I completely changed my views on two characters, and that's Ram and Subaru, where I thought Subaru went from like this huge ass simp to like he's probably going to be nominated for best protagonist of the year. I don't know if
I think he is.
I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's definitely in like that top 6
between
category.
Hachiman and Subaru, it's very close.
Hachiman is definitely up there too, so it's gonna be really interesting to see how people vote on that. But like, I really loved Ram's like character in this season as well.
Me too. She got a lot better than last season.
With how Ram got
like
knocked
almost
out of
no
action.
Screen time, but she was only in like a few episodes.
But like when she was there, she was like very impactful. That's why I really liked about her character is like before she didn't say much, and like when it was kind of to like make fun of Subaru and stuff like that.
She was just Arusu meter,
and it was similar to in this season, but like she definitely changed her dynamic of being more serious with Rem getting knocked out of action and her not leaning on her sister anymore, where she had to be more independent. I'll say it that way, and really like following the orders of Roswell and just her dynamic while they're all inside the sanctuary. And I thought that was a really cool dynamic with her. I really enjoyed part 1. For part 2, I'm guessing we're probably going to get something similar where Subaru will die 39,000 more times, this way,
spoiler alert, Subaru dies.
Yeah, a lot. I just with the addition of the 7 deadly sins, or whatever sins that they are,
the mortal sins.
Mortal sins. It's just going to add a new dynamic to how Subaru dies, which is fine. I mean, that's like what the show is, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I think a lot of people have like part 1 as a possible contender for anime of the year. Not for me. I think it was in like like top 10, top 15-ish, whatever shows of last year. But it was really good. But I am really looking forward to this one. And yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say just because I think kind of like what Haiku did. I doubt anyone here is watching Haiku, but how part 1 of Haiku set up part 2 like completely, and part 2 has just been unbelievable, like near 10 out of 10 levels. I think this will be something similar. I think part 1 really set up part 2, and part 2 is going to be like batshit crazy, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it should be good. I'm excited to see where the story goes from here. So what? There's like 13 volumes of the manga or light novel.
There's a
14?
lot.
There's a lot. They could probably make like 2 more full.
I think there's like 13 in English. It wouldn't surprise me if there's more in Japanese.
Fair enough. So I was curious too, like how far into the story we're gonna get.
But they have a long way to go.
I think we're on like volume 6 or 7 of the light novel.
We have to be by now.
Yeah, I'll have to double check, but I think we're in that 6, 7, 8 range of the light novel. So yeah, we have a lot of content. It's kind of like Konosuba, where we're literally a third of the way through the light novels. Please give us season 3.
Yeah, where is it? I want to see Amelia actually do something. You know, like that'd be cool to see her not just be this.
She's gonna do something for sure.
She has to do something now, right? There's no way. Oh yeah, and last thing, this is made by White Fox, which did a couple smaller like indie anime like Steins Gate and Akame ga Kill and Goblin Slayer. So
never heard of them.
Never heard of them. But so they have a good reputation
for sure. Okay, so I think now that wraps up our sequels.
Yes, it does.
And we're moving into the newer shows, and one of them that I'm 10,000% going to be checking out is called Horimiya. The premise: although admired at school for her admirability and academic prowess, high school student Hori has been hiding another side of her with her parents often away at work. Hori and her younger brother do the housework, leaving no chance to socialize away from school. Meanwhile, the male protagonist Izumi is seen as a brooding, glasses-wearing otaku. Me. However, in reality, he is a gentle person, still me, inept at studying. Furthermore, he has 9 piercings hidden behind his long hair and a tattoo along his back and left shoulder. Funny you say that. I will also be getting a tattoo very soon here on my left shoulder. So the genres with this one: comedy, romance, school, shonen, and slice of life. It's the 13th most popular manga on Mal. It is an 8.47. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of good things. I know one person who reads this manga. She adores it. She loves the character. It's looking to be like a type of opposites attract type of romance. This punk rock otaku, but you can't tell type of dude, and like this goody girl, but behind the scenes, she's kind of looks like she might have some family drama, some issues that maybe aren't seen on the surface. So, Pat, I know you're a big rom-com, melodrama dude like me. So, your thoughts on Horimiya?
Well, first off, what kind of fucking idiot would get tattoos, right? Yeah, what dumbass?
For the people on Spotify, Pat has tattoos.
Yes, I do. I can't wait to see Pete's. I know. I can't wait to see Pete's. I think it's gonna be sick.
1 month. 1 month.
1 month, man. I can't wait. Hopefully COVID doesn't stop you from being able to get it too. Restrictions and stuff.
Yep.
But fingers crossed. Either way, this show, you look at the genres and you're just like, all right, slice of life, comedy, romance, fantastic. Like that's all you need for a show to be good. And then it goes school and shonen, and it's just like, okay, but they're just there because they're there. I'm excited about this show. I've heard good things, and it seems like it's a new rom-com that's gonna be really funny, and it's made by Cloverworks, who, like we've talked about earlier, did Promised Neverland. They did Darling in the Franxx, at least parts of it. The good part of Darling in the Franxx. They did. Well,
didn't you say you liked the ending?
No, the worst ending in anime history.
No, hold on. No, so Pete says that, and then I always say it's not the worst, and I don't think it's as bad as people give it credit for being, but I think it's not as good as it should have been. I think the show itself was just, the ending ruined
the first
show.
12 episodes were
The first
10 out of 10. Yeah, they were great.
It was great. I would 10 out of 10 is much, but it was really good.
I loved
compelling. But then I was gonna say the other show they've done that makes me even more interested in this is they did Bunny Girl Senpai, both the movie and the show itself. So I am excited to see what they're able to do with this show. Just bring any energy from Bunny Girl Senpai over, and I will adore this show and want to read the manga too. That's apparently really good. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully there's some more adult themes in it, and hopefully Tony Kikaku or whatever the Over the Moon for You hasn't ruined rom-coms for me by having the characters kiss in the first episode. Like now we're gonna go back to that's what I'm wondering. Am I gonna go back to this show and it's gonna just be ruined because I'm like, god damn it, they're fucking nervous about holding hands. Like, what is this show? I don't know. I'm curious to see what that outcome is after Tony Kawa. But yeah, I'm excited for this show. I don't know, John, you're not. Are you watching it? Are you gonna watch it?
I mean, looking at it, this is my kind of show, so maybe I'll consider watching it. But I have all those other shows to watch. But I think I do find the premise interesting, so maybe I'll check it out.
Okay.
This is the one non-sequel I'm watching this season, at least as of right now.
The PV is out, so if you want to see what the animations are going to look like, you can. And I do think it looks very similar to the manga. The manga doesn't really have the most outstanding artwork I've ever seen in my entire life, but you're not really watching it for the art. I'll put it that way. It still looks good, but no one's gonna be like, it's not Demon Slayer. You're getting rom-com levels of animation. It's fine. It is what it is. And I hope
nice color.
Half the budget's gonna be on 2 things.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
it's
no, it's
really
not that type of show. What? Get your head out of the gutter, bro.
Yeah, what are you saying?
But I mean, do you remember Origairu season 1? That animation was trash. That show's in my top 10. So it's. I'm not watching it for the art. I'll just put it that way. But it still looks fine.
It's got a beautiful color palette, I think, from what you can tell from the PV and stuff.
Yep.
It looks like it's gonna be very just pleasing to look at. It's like God, what was I don't know, like Fruits Basket looking kind of art almost, very just like soft
Sure.
colors. It's not, like,
No,
sharp,
I know
not
exactly
sharp
what you're saying
lines.
that way.
Yeah, it's not sharp like Demon Slayer. It's smooth like Fruits Basket, I guess.
Smooth like Fruits Basket. I like that.
And how about we smoothen out our transition to the next
Ooh,
show?
nice.
God, what is the next show? It is
2.43.
Yeah, don't know how to smoothen into that. That's close to. No, it's not close to pi. Never mind. All right.
Which, okay. I just want to say, like, this show looks incredible in terms of animation. I don't know how it's going to play out. It's done by 2.43 is a volleyball anime, so if you like haiku, you're probably going to like this show. It's done by David Production, who does JoJo's. I watched the PV. I'm like, this show looks way too good for like what it should be. Similar to Akudama Drive airing this season, where it's done by Studio Pierrot, and the animations are just blowing my mind. This volleyball anime is blowing my mind in terms of animation. And I'm really... one thing I was looking at when I was like doing a little bit of research is that the manga has 4 volumes and it's on hiatus. And it's getting an anime, so I'm very like surprised what it's going to be. The story is like a kid moves back to his like hometown. His best friend plays volleyball. He joins the volleyball team type of thing. So it's going to be a very basic show. It's probably going to be like haiku. Well, actually, haiku's completely different. But I'm assuming this is just going to focus around volleyball. So... Pat, I know you aren't like the biggest sports and anime guy, so I guess you're probably not watching 2.43, but I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this show?
Yeah, certainly not watching it unless it turns out to be something phenomenal like Ping Pong the animation. Only thoughts is, wow, it's made by David Production, which, wow, they made Cells at Work Season 1 and are working on Season 2 as well. So that's cool. Like another show that I'll be watching.
That's neat.
Yeah, that's neat. That's all I got. I don't care about the show at all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I have a feeling that you were gonna like it. John, do you have any itching to watch?
I'm kind of in the same boat where I don't really watch sports animes, so.
Okay, that's completely understandable. I watched the PV, and I was like, why does this look so good? I honestly thought when I saw like the previews or like the idea for it, it would probably be one of those shows where I'd probably watch all of it and give it a 6 type of show. And now after watching the PV, I'm like, this is going to be probably really good. So literally looking forward to 2.43. We'll see. It might be one of these things where we check back in a month or like 2 months and I drop it. You never know. We'll see. We'll find out.
So what does the title mean exactly?
I don't know. There must be some underlying meaning. It's just... but it's like 2.43 and then whatever high school that they go to, like Seiin... like volleyball club or something like that. That's the title.
Do you guys want to know the answer? I'm smart and I figured it out right away.
Yeah, all right,
Pat. Sure.
So I just googled how tall is a volleyball net, and it's 7 feet 11 and 5/8 inches, or 2.43 meters.
Woo!
So there you go.
Let's go!
Oh yeah, that's that big brain.
Detective Pat on the case.
Big brain title.
Yeah, no, I just got distracted by Cells at Work stuff too, so I'm out of this conversation again.
Or my college GPA, but
oh, no, I wish that was my college GPA.
2.43.
I mean, I graduated, so who cares, right? we don't talk about that. All right. Well, no one else but me is watching 2.43, so let's get into our last show, which I think is going to catch a lot of people by surprise. I think it's going to be very interesting, and that's called SK8 Infinity, or SK8 the Infinity. It's done by Bones, so before they do My Hero Academia Season 5, they're doing a skateboard anime. I'm pretty sure this is original. It's original. So, Raiki, a high school sophomore, is a skater. He's addicted to skating, a highly secret and dangerous downhill skateboarding race that takes place on an abandoned mine. The skaters are especially wild about the beefs or heated battle that erupts in the races. So I don't know if this will be like a hypnosis spike thing on skateboards, but
yeah,
there's a few things we know about. It's Bones. It's going to look incredible. I'm trying to think of the last Bones original. Oh, they did Carol and Tuesday. That was the last Bones original they did, and that was to me, it was a fantastic show. Other people say it's like good. I don't really hear anyone like trashing Carol and Tuesday, so they have done an original anime in the past before. But yeah, I mean, their lineup it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, My Hero, Noragami, Mob Psycho, Bungo Stray Dogs, Eureka, Ouran High School Club, Eureka 7. Like Bones is a
Bungo
top
Stray Dogs, Tempest stuff. Yeah, like
this is a top 3 studio. Like this is, I think even if you don't like skateboarding, you're probably going to be entranced by the animation. So Pat, do you have any thoughts on SK8 the Infinity?
Again, it was gonna be a show that I was just like, I don't care about. Like, it's skateboarding, whatever. But looking at it, just looking at the art, it's stunning. The art looks stunning. So I'm curious. And again, it's got a cool color palette. You know how I'm all about them palettes. Clearly,
Yes.
it's I know the main character looks pretty cool. Like I like his Reki or whatever. I like his design.
He's got you.
I
He's
think
got the headband with the long hair.
Oh yeah, look at that. There he
Look
goes.
at that.
Yeah.
You can cosplay him.
Yeah, just dye your hair red and tell your and just show the rest of your family.
Yeah, dude, start
hey,
pick up
guys.
skateboarding again.
I was gonna say pick up skateboarding too. Yeah, I remember I tried to once when I was a kid and it didn't go very well. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think it could be cool. I'm gonna definitely not. It's not gonna be something I'm gonna be watching first. I'm gonna have to be put onto it by somebody. But we'll see if we get there. Maybe like, again, it's pretty, and anime originals are cool. Anime originals can either crash and burn, or be freaking
Or be Akudama Drive at Anime of the Year contender.
Or well, in your eyes, yes.
In your eyes too, because you should watch it.
I will eventually get.
I doubt it. It's on Funimation, so you won't watch it.
Once I'm done with college, maybe.
I'm
when I actually have time to think. When I have time to think, yes, maybe. I don't know. Either way, anime originals are usually a good thing. Like I will never complain when someone comes up with their own title, because then you have no expectations going into it. So
For sure.
And that's how I would go into it, and I like that. So I think I might give it a try.
All right, John, do you have any thoughts on SK8 the Infinity?
I'm gonna be honest, not really, but looking at the art style, I do think it looks quite pretty, but it reminds me of Non-Baka.
A little bit,
like
a little bit.
So like,
but that was one of the cool
I
things
don't
in
know
that
what
show.
to expect.
Yeah. I don't know. The Nanbaka's art was all flashy and pretty, and it was cool for a little while, and then then it's just like eating too much candy. It was just like too much.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna pick up this show, but maybe if people start talking about it, I'll like check it out to see what people are talking about.
I think Bones being behind it is going to be a big drawing point for a lot of people.
That's pretty cool. Or that's an important.
Aren't they also working on My Hero Academia?
Yeah, that's the following season.
And the movie.
The following season, you get the My Hero. So this is, if this is my guess, I'm pretty sure that this has been done for a little bit. This show, I think it got delayed with COVID, and I think it actually has been done for a while.
Yeah, because they have another movie planned and season 5. So they have a lot of work.
They got a lot of work. Well, Bones has like 4 studios, so it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if multiple people were working on, a different team of Bones was working on this, but it's still Bones. They have that reputation, and I don't think I've ever seen a Bones show where I was like, this animation sucks, even if I didn't like the show. It's kind of like MAPPA with like God of High School. It's like, the show sucks, but the animation is fantastic. So it's like, I think that's kind of similar to Bones, where it has the reputation of being this animation studio where it makes brilliant animation, clean, crisp. Whether the story matches it, we'll find out, but it's one of those things. All right, well, I think that wraps up our preview for part 1. If you're like, hey, the show I want,
Cells at work.
Where's Cells at work? Yeah. We're doing a part 2. So part 2, we're gonna have Beastars second season, Log Horizon, Laid Back Camp, Cells at Work Black. There's a few other isekais that are coming out. Non Biori. There's like a game or an anime that looks very similar to the anime Gamers that Haz is gonna love. So there's gonna be a lot more of like non-sequels new shows for part 2. So be sure you check that one out. That's going to be in a month. That'll be is that a month? 2 weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks. I can't do math.
I was gonna say
2 weeks. Yeah, in a month. The month
all the shows have already been finished.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be having part 2 of the preview. So be sure to check that out. In the meantime, next episode will be, I don't even know what, Watch Club for If Her Flag Breaks. If you're saying, what is If Her Flag Breaks? I found out about it when it was nominated. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So, but before we going, if you like our content, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. We have a Twitter. We have a Discord. If you want to join us, join it. Link in the description below. We are now affiliated with Books A Million. If you're looking to buy physical novels, books, mangas, If you use our link in the description, you help the brand out, and they have some sick deals going on, like a buy two, get the third manga free. So check them out. Other than that, thank you so much for staying with us, and we'll see you in a week for Watch Club. See you then.
See you guys.